Hello, and welcome to another episode of Critical Reactions with your host, Bryan. I hope you all had a fantastic weekend. I tried to keep up with your comments as much as I could. And for whatever reason, y'all decided this was the weekend to send me some really weird sounding stuff. And I mean, some of this is just... Well, let's look at today's example that I can't pronounce. We really only had one person request it. There's actually a pretty big comment section going on under it, reply section, about people loving this band, and one guy down here, Joaquim something, I don't know, this text gets real small on my side. I should probably bump that up. He says that he listened to it, and he thought it was amazing too. So, I mean, I have to listen to it now, right? So K-Wolf, thank you for this request. The band is SHYLMAGOGHNAR, and the song's called Transience. That I can pronounce. So let's get into this and figure out what this SHYLMAGOGHNAR is all about. We got 12-minute song here. Pause it for a second, get a quick bite to eat, settle in. We got a little bit of a journey here. We got some really dark chords going on. Beautiful though. Beautiful progression going on. Where are we going with this, though? Really good vocal layering, juxtaposed with the melody going on in the guitar right now. Simple melody, but very powerful. Alright, that's quite a switch up right there. Lots of energy going into this section. And the energy dissipated. They actually didn't use it to go anywhere. So that's interesting. There's that same rhythm come back. Now I think it's the same notes, but it switched to a triplet feel rather than 16. The guitars are very prominent in the mix. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but to me it drowns out both the drums and the singer. I like that little gallop going on in the drums. Alright, we switched the gallop up for double bass. We got two guitar rhythms going on, so we got some counterpoint. Real beautiful stuff. Whoever composes for this band has a real mind for melody. Almost has this ethereal adventure idea going on. That was a nice transition. And more counterpoint. This time guitar and piano. Bass drums just kind of laying that down. Another unique melody. I'm digging that. There's so many really good riffs going on in this song. In this song alone, I don't even know about the whole album. This song has a lot of really good melodic ideas already. You know, I was saying ethereal journey earlier. I think it would also work like a dreamlike sequence. That's another idea I'm getting from these guys, is like a dream state. Nice bass runs. Build it up and bring it back. Yeah, aw, man. I was expecting for more groove there. Another killer riff though. Ooh, really nice synergy between the bass kicks and the guitar rhythm. Yeah. Back to the triplet feel. I like how they bring back old ideas without turning it into like a verse chorus thing. So yeah, that was a trip. Wow. Thank you again to those people who requested that. That was good. All right, let's compose some thoughts on this. All right, so the obvious element is the composition. There were 7, 8, 9 melodic ideas going on in the guitars throughout the song. It's not record breaking. It's not like every new idea was, every few bars was a new idea. But they were all very melodic. They weren't groovy. They weren't riffs. I mean, they were riffs. They were 4-bar phrases, 8-bar phrases. They were by definition a riff, but they weren't riffy. It didn't feel like metal music. It felt like taking a classical composition ideas and transforming that into riffs. And it makes the song come off as more elegant, more sophisticated, more melodic. It's the riffs have a different reason for being there. They have different properties than a typical guitar riff does, and it gives the band a different aura. The whole song is a different feel than your typical classical metal, which I kind of think this is what it would veer towards. Um, or it even has some proggy stuff to it, so you might even like prog classical. I don't know. I guess that's where I would put it. Um, but yeah, it has a very different feel from its other, it's the other bands that it would be grouped with, because of the way that the riffs are written, and that's that to me that's very unique. I don't think I've heard this before. You usually hear really long musical ideas that's more along the lines of a melody, or you hear riffs that are designed to provoke an emotion of uh, power or sadness or whatever. But you don't really get melodic riffing. It's kind of something I don't think I've heard before, and they nail it. This is the first time I've heard something like that. That link is going to be in my head forever. Whenever I hear something like this, I'm gonna be like, oh, that's styled like SHYLMAGOGHNAR. Ah, that name. That name. Someone. I'm probably gonna have to look it up myself. I don't know if anybody knows what that means. It sounds made up to me, but there's a lot of languages in the world. There's a lot of technical words that I'm not privy to knowing. I'm sure there's a possibility of it being a real word. It sounds so gibberish to me though. Um, Back to the music though. Yeah, the guitar work, and then the piano and the strings, all of it. Just the composition was phenomenal. Every bit of the song, I was just made me so happy to hear. Um, the drums didn't really have a standout moment, but they had some really cool ideas. I mentioned the gallop in there. The time that they did the double bass kicks that lined up with the rhythm going on in the guitar near the end. Just some really solid ideas. He's a solid player. He kept the time for the song, and sometimes that's just the role you got to play. You don't always got to stand out, but without him, you wouldn't have the band, and you'd lose a lot of your sound. So, uh, you know, he had a job to do. He did it fantastic. So nothing to say there. Uh, the one thing that did seem odd to me, the vocalist made no impression on me. It almost by the end of the song, 6 7 minutes in, the vocals had become sort of a background noise to the guitars. And I know I said they were lower in the mix. I still believe that they're a lot lower than I would typically expect vocals to be. Vocals are typically at the forefront because it's what people tend to associate most with, being that we speak. Sorry. Uh, and we understand words more than we understand music, for the most part. As humans. So that's usually more prominent in the mix, and it really wasn't. It was low in the mix, especially compared to the guitar, and because of that, and the fact that I really couldn't understand the vocals, and because he really only sang a single note. There wasn't really much inflection. He didn't have a clean. He didn't have multiple styles of screaming. He just had that one, raspy fry that he stuck on the same note with, and it turned into a drone for me. And I kind of, I don't want to say tuned it out, but it never really got my attention as much as the guitar work was. And like I said, it became a drone. It was something that was played, beneath the guitar and the drums to kind of fill the soundscape. And I don't know if that's intentional. I feel really bad because I didn't pick up on the vocals, and I really don't have much to say about them. They were monotone and sort of forgettable for me. I'm not saying that for everybody. I'm sure some people really enjoy the style, and to them, it was the standout part of the song, and that's fine. But for me, It kind of fell flat. I don't know if the song would have been better with a different vocal style. Um, on the plus side, though, because of the vocal style, I got to really hone in on the guitar and the melodic work, and that just blew me away. So, I don't know. I don't know. That's just what I got from a first time listen to it. But yes, I was captivated the entire time. I never knew where we were going. The whole song had this dreamlike, transient state to it. Real great way to tie in the song title to the melodic themes of the song. I don't know what the lyrics are about. I might have to look that up. Should I start, pausing these videos and looking at the lyrics and analyzing them as well? Or are you guys just kind of happy with analyzing the music? I've done lyrics in a couple of songs where I've picked them up, and I get a lot of feedback on those. Some positive, some negative. I don't know if that's what you guys want. A lot of these songs that you're requesting have very harsh and difficult to pick up vocals for your first listen. That's kind of just that's part of metal. Unless you're singing clean, um, or a screaming style that I'm used to, I'm not going to be able to pick up the vocals on a first listen. So, I could pause this recording, edit out the dead air parts, whatever you want, get rid of the silence while I look things up, and look up the lyrics and try to interpret them as well. The only problem is I don't know the lyrics from when they were sung, so I don't know the emotion or the delivery of the words. So it's still not going to be a 100% analysis of the vocals. It's going to be an analysis of the lyrics. So it's still not perfect. Not as good as, basically doing research, listening to the song over and over and over, and then delivering something that's not a reaction. More of a song analysis. So I don't know. I enjoyed this band. Let me know what you guys thought of the band. Let me know what you guys think about uh, looking up lyrics, or maybe even possibly doing analysis videos alongside these reactions, where instead of first time listen, first time thoughts, I kind of listen to something repeatedly and give you my ideas um, after having been able to digest it. I don't know, just some things I guess I've been thinking about, but didn't know I was thinking about, and now I'm just spouting them out, stream of consciousness. So, all right. So, yep, SHYLMAGOGHNAR. That was Transience, off the Transience album. And yeah, let me know what you guys thought about it. While you're down there in the comments, like, subscribe, ring the bell, and I will be back tomorrow, 11 a.m. as usual. Goodbye.